Hey guys, before I start the video, I know I say later on that I'm going to put the people from the feature request forums name up on screen, but I'm just going to put it here in a way cleaner list, so yeah, let's get into it. What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about some things that I would like to see in Tactical Assault VR, and we'll also point out some things that are from the feature request forum that have not been pinned by the WIP tag but have a lot of attention. I think it's important to point those things out because the community obviously shows some support for it, and yeah, let's get into it. So before we continue, I just want to start off by saying thank you guys so much for the support for the last video. I think it's at like 2,000 views now, and we went up 100 subscribers in 4 days, which is insane. So thank y'all. Um, yeah. I find this really fun, and you all supporting me is awesome. So thank y'all. So basically how I'm going to make this work is I'm going to say it, then I'm going to explain what it is, and if it's a public thing from the feature request forum, I'll put the author of the post. So the first thing, which I've seen on the feature request forum, is for loadout restrictions, and I think that this would be good only in combination with another feature, which I really think would work really well, which is um, proper server lists. So currently, right now, we have the little thing on the right side of the menus that pops up with the code, or the region, the code, the map, and then how many players. I think it should say like kind of the same thing, but have every single thing listed out. So like instead of whenever we load into PvP and a bunch of things are flicking on, like going away and shit like that, we should have a list of closed lobbies and open lobbies with filters saying, hey, disable this or disable this, and then small little tags for it saying, oh, this is melee only, which is surprisingly a pretty common game mode that people like to do, or pistols only, or rifles only, or shotguns only, stuff like that, um, or no nods, or flashlights only, stuff like that. And I think that that would go really well with, instead of trusting people to follow the rules of the server, to have those tags and then have loadout restrictions to make sure that people, whenever they join it, they know that they're only going to be able to use those things via the loadout restrictions. So the next things I'm talking about are, there's three, and it's going to be based on PvP. And I am fully aware that the game is not focused on player versus player interactions and game modes, and the co-op portion of the game is the more important and the thing that Jarvis is focusing on. But I also do think, hey, a majority of your player base also plays the PvP, which I feel, in my opinion, is lacking. It's the majority, like, that's the thing that I play most of the time, and it's starting to get a little, you know. So the first thing I want to say is team-based PvP modes. Primarily for me, I think that just throwing guys out on a map that we have already, and it's large, especially for only 10 players 5v5, I think it would be better to restrict the maps to smaller areas. So let's say for like urban training is small enough, like hidden or incoming storm, like push on like road, or the middle alley, or the rooftops, or something like that, or just the building. That would be cool. But I think that one life game modes would be interesting. So it's actually like rounds of gameplay instead of waiting 20 minutes and then 20 minutes and then 20 minutes and then swapping maps, stuff like that. But one life game modes 100% would be cool. In addition to that, I think that since they added all of the insurgent weapons with like the 74Us and the G3 and the MAC-10, stuff like that, players should be able to use that, and it should kind of be like Insurgency Sandstorm, where you have like a NATO team and then you have more of an insurgents team, and there's going to be like equal weapons. So like equal amount of weapons. Now that we have the AI guns, there should be enough. But then again, loadout restrictions. You can also make it so the teams are even. Um, but yeah, again, if you make it a different mode, people that want to play it can play it, and people that don't want to play it don't have to complain when they join one that they know is going to have those modifiers. So the next one I'm going to talk about is free for all. I think that it's kind of a missed opportunity to use like the sand shootout maps as a free for all game mode. I think that'd be really cool. Um, there's not really much stuff that we could talk about to flesh that out, but yeah, free for all on the shootout maps. The next thing I want to say is objective based PvP. So instead of, if you don't like agree with the idea of one life game modes, or you don't agree with the current PvP situation right now, um, objective based PvP. So you're going in defusing a bomb, kind of like Siege, or like a search and destroy game mode, or actual team deathmatch where you have a overall score, um, or like hardpoint where you have a specific point you want to hold and you have to hold that point. Stuff like that, just game modes. Okay, so this next section is going to be about weapons. So these two I think are the pretty much the most important ones that I can find and I would like to see in the game. So the first one we're going to talk about is different weapon camos. We kind of hinted at this last video with the UV maps and stuff like that. But also, I don't know if I put the picture in the last video of From scanning it, but he said that it would be interesting to see the ability to pick black, tan, and then another color of the gun instead of having like a texture pack, which is what I recommended last video. I think it'd be cool. At least give us some variety to the weapons that we have already. Really, I really love the HK416 that's in the game right now. I do not like the colors. I would rather have it in black, but that's just my preference. I would also run it if it was tan. So this next thing we're going to talk about is LPVO RMR mounts, and this is from the feature request form, so I'll have the guy up on screen now. I just think this is a no-brainer. Yeah, it's a 1 to 6 optimal site, but if you're, let's say, in the building like I was earlier in this video, you can see in the background, let's say I'm on like urban training and I have a 1 to 6 times, I don't know why you would, but I want to hit a shot that's decently far away but close, right? I would want to have that RMR feature so I can just move my head up a little bit, take the shot, and then go back to the optic. So this next one is also from the feature request form, and it's the Barrett MRAD, and this thing, I'll put it up on screen. I think it looks really cool. It kind of looks like the Accuracy International rifle. I think it's called the AX50. Whatever. That would also be cool. But I think, in general, and the community has been saying this, we need like an overhaul of the bolt action system. Because there's games like Pavlov, Contractors that do the bolt action pretty damn well. I think Pavlov might be the best in the game, because it's just like, it's really smooth. But yeah, like this game kind of lacks it because it's just like back and forth, just one direction, back and forth. And sometimes if you rack it back, you put in a new magazine and you grab it, it'll slide all the way forward, and for some reason not put it into battery, and then when you go to take your shot, it clicks. So yeah, just pretty much just an overhaul of the gun and new one. Next one also is MG attachments. I think that if we have a Picatinny on the at least the Mini-Me, we should be able to put something other than whatever the thing is. I think it's a C79. And that shitty ass optic, I do not like it. It's terrible. But at least be able to put the 1x hollow or the 4x ACOG or basically any other optic other than the fucking LPVO and 12 times. So that's just my opinion. I know there's issues with it being on the dust cover feeding tray, so whatever. So this next one, I've been really kind of bugged by the game. This one I propose called Racking Your Rifle Better. So if you look at body cam footage and like stuff like that, where someone reloads their gun or puts a magazine in, wants to check if there's a round in the chamber, or you're just racking it to rack it, they only grab the side of the charging handle. And in game, we have the little white, like if you get the, I'll show a picture up on screen. You get the Mark 18, there's that little white thing on the side on the left of the charging handle where you can rack it from the side. But we use two hands to rack it, and it just feels really awkward to do it like that if I already have it and I'm loading it, to just rack it from the side. So I'm really going to blast through these because I'm only kind of running out of time right now, but I think that the ability to take off gears, some parts of your gears, like take off your helmet, and because it's purely cosmetic right now, I think we should be able to take pieces of our armor off. People are already doing it because access to the code, but yeah, I think it'd be interesting to be able to take off headphones. I have a photo of it, which I'll put up on screen right now. There was a guy in a public PvP lobby that had no earpro on, and it looked pretty cool. The next one we're going to talk about is colored glasses and goggles. I run the Mick helmet, and or whatever the hell it's called, and I run the goggles because the glasses are a bit small for me. And I think that if I'm running a full tan kit, I should be able to have tan goggles instead of black goggles. No, I'm not talking about the lens, I'm talking about the outside of it. So, yeah, that's pretty much it for that one. Let's go to the next one. So the next one we're going to talk about is removing the viewing obstruction for gas masks, and this has been said on the feature request forum. I'm totally with it. I actually got jump scared pretty much the first time I put it on because I didn't think that we would be obstructed our view. I think that because right now your kit is purely cosmetic, other than backpack, because if you have a big backpack it can give you away, but because it is purely cosmetic right now, I think that we shouldn't be able to be hindered our field of view because we have our gas masks on. Again, because it's purely cosmetic, that shouldn't matter. If there was an actual use for it, if putting on your gas masks makes you more resistant to flashbangs or like beanbag shotguns, if we get other if we get like CS gas and you actually get affected if you don't have the gas mask on, then I can see a reason for it, because then there's a drawback. But currently, cosmetics shouldn't have that. So these next two are kind of going to be really quick because I gotta speed this up because we're almost at 12 minutes here. But number one, darker nights. I think that we shouldn't be able to see much at night, and makes the necessity for NVGs. Also, for the enemies in the game, they shouldn't have night vision built into their eyes, which is actually another feature request from. I'll put it there. But I should be able to decently sneak up to someone if I'm in the dark. So this next one is going to be body cam POVs. With the addition of the live camera, I think it would be really interesting to get a body cam or some type of camera from the chest. And I don't think it would work well if they just stick it on the skeleton of the model, because yeah, I don't know how they would implement that, but I just think it would be a really cool idea, so that people that do like cop role plays, that'd be interesting. So you might hear my little doggy dog in the background, but yeah, I want to say thank you guys for finishing the video. This one was a little longer than the other ones. Yeah, show me some support, comment your ideas, like, subscribe, please. But yeah, definitely talk to me in the comments about your ideas. I do look at them, and it's interesting to see what y'all have to say about these videos and how I can improve. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a good night.